Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's caught by Funchess. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, Manning into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Snicker. Show that bench release and go.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They go play action now. Roethlisberger going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Pettis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this time, Manning will throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 48-yard line.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. I got you. I got you, sir. I got you. Get it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Manning. They'll run the screen with Mack. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Set. 70. Indy.
Hey, I'm coming. Check 3.
Now Manning on the bootleg. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
No spacing.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game like 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
White 80.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Shoot! Jack 16. Hey! Get the ball.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And it's brought in by Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manning. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Manning. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
That stopped him in his tracks. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that there in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now Manning, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And that is no good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
You better be ready. Let me get it.
On first down, it's Mack. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Colts 7.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Well, you got a team that sits 28th in the league in rushing, so I guess you're going to see some plays like that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to do that, but it's not like you can just abandon the run. You got to keep taking your shots, don't you? But at this point of the season, they haven't been very successful. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton.
And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch one. Here we go, D. Sponge. No.
77. Hey, seam 6.
Nice number 1. Now watch one. Mike 1. Let's go, D.
Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
They'll take over
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One final try now for Manning. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Go!
From the 22, Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll run on first down. Mack. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Manning. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Working from the gun, Manning, and that is incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy! 180!
Watch the twist, watch the twist!
8! Hey, Haywood!
Here we go.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And he finds McDonald. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Like 80! Spin!
Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's got this down to the 35. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. First carry for James Conner, and he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Manning. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Let's get it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up seconds. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go. One's the mic. Watch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On first down, it's Gordon. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Manning. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. To return is McKenzie. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Like 5. Jack 16. Double bump. Wrap. Hey, Delta. Watch the shot. So Mike number 1. Exit. Mike 1.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
I-7.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Now a toss play. This is Mack. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 99. Check 99.
Ready, go. Get it.
They'll go again here with Mack. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Indianapolis, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside